Do you think that the big desire of my heart is what took me to meet you, to find you? Is like this how things happen? The great desire is what attracts what you are looking for?
Sure. When the student's ready, the teacher appears. And it's an incredible thing that when you focus on consciousness, everything starts to unfold magically, no? That was my experience too. When I started searching, everything fell into place. And I guess you had some idea what you were searching for. I didn't even know that. I just trusted in energy and knew that I had to change. So yes, it's like that. Yes, absolutely.
With my partner, we are like two strangers living together just for the children and the comfort. All what we had, all the love we had, disappear. But is it possible to fall in love again? Can we rebuild what we used to have and that was so beautiful?
No. You can build something new. But what I see is you're looking back. And I am guessing, but I imagine that looking back is filled with a lot of resentments, a lot of judgments, a lot of fears, and it's because of that you've created separation. Because the love is always there. The love is there. So how do we recuperate that love? Well, we have to let go of what's not real. We need to do deep work and move everything with each other until you can get to a point where that connection returns. It doesn't mean you're going to spend the rest of your life together. But no matter what transpires, to heal that separation, instead of two strangers living under one roof, you can find some unity. You can salvage a friendship. Or you might find another love affair. But you have to do it for you. You have to do it for you. Because to live with someone in separation, just perfunctionally going through the steps, it doesn't serve. And we have this idea that it serves for the kids. But the kids copy everything you do. They can see the situation. We've got this strange idea that to be together is the most important thing. But it's not. The most important thing is the love. Teaching the children about love. Teaching the children to let go. Teaching the children that things can change. But that doesn't mean the love's gone. Teaching the children to flow. All of these things are important. Not that we stay together no matter what, because family's everything, and you're killing each other. That doesn't serve. We have to change that chip. Because if you're not in harmony, if you're not in love, if you're not being real, the children see everything. They're very sensitive. And what are you teaching them? Fear. Okay, so heal for you. And look for something new. You know, not something old. Look for something mature. Something fun. Something new. You know, humans have this horrible habit of looking back. and it's gone. Nothing repeats, ever. If you watch a river, it never repeats. It's never the same river. It's a different river. Every time it comes past, it's new waters, new experiences. It's never the same. But we look at everything so superficially, we think it's going to be the same. And God's always creating something new, something more, something different, something evolving. And life has to be like that. If you keep looking back, like there's some magic in the past, and it's all illusion, it's all a fantasy in the head, it's all immature. In this moment, you can create something new. Always look to create something better, not to recapture the past.
Is the consciousness of humanity being elevated? Are we cooperating with that?
Of course, that's our focus. But it's the focus of each human. Every human's responsible for their world. They have to decide. But of course that's what we're doing. And we're doing it very quickly. Like the way we change consciousness within the system is extremely fast. And it's not just us. It's the people we touch, the energy we communicate. It's happening everywhere. You know, there's two aspects to the reds. There's negativity. And what do you think I was talking about? The communists? The networks. There's the positivity that spreads really quickly, and the negativity that spreads really quickly. And there's still this fight going on, no? The negativity is obviously strong. But the information, the access to consciousness, the access to alternatives is very quick. Everything's moving fast. You imagine, before, to conquer a country, you had to ride a pony from South America to the top of America. By the time you got there, you're too old to do anything. And maybe the pony died anyway. Now we just send an email, send a WhatsApp. Everything is communicating. Now, what do we choose? What are we focused on? What are we talking about? And this is an important point. Have a good look at how much time you spend gossiping. About your friends, about yourself, about the children, about the guru, about everything. And start to see where you can be giving instead of comparing and competing. Start to be conscious of what you're talking about, because we talk too much and most of it's rubbish. To be present and to start choosing what we're going to focus on is a big aspect of changing our world. And be conscious of that too. Because that negativity, that criticism, that goes out. So start being more integral with your word, what you're talking about, you know, and lighter and more fun. Like, have fun. Don't be dense. Move your stress and move on. Yeah? And share consciousness. Share it all the time. It's so important. Because it really helps people. Because it touches their hearts. Even if, don't be fanatical. You have to read this. You have to watch this. You're a victim. I can see you're a victim. But I have a cure. Watch this, Darshan. Isha talks about the victim. No. I see no. Not like one of the crusaders. Convert. Just share consciousness. Even little sayings. You know, just be constantly giving. Yeah. And see. What you focus on, what you talk about, grows.
I love the magic, the beauty, the humor that is always being here, and I want that for my life. What should I do to be able to do that in my life?
Well, you have to be the magician. But firstly, you have to see that this isn't serious. You have to have fun with your lives. How does that begin? The capacity to laugh at yourself. Really, to see yourself clearly, to see everything you did, and in each moment, make fun of it. Stop worrying about your image. Stop worrying about what people think. And just lighten up. You know, and have fun.
I don't know how to stop feeling the immense emptiness that comes and goes. It's so strong in me. Can you talk about that, about loneliness?
It's called fear. And you just need to surrender to it. Stop resisting it. Like you're making it bad. And it can transform. But just be okay. You know, this is Tantra. This is the capacity to allow everything move through without judgment. You have to just surrender. This is what's important. And if you know that feeling, just be there. You've lived with it all your life. Stop trying to avoid it. Just love it. And this too will fill with love by itself until it hardly is there anymore. You know, but you have to surrender. Stop judging. Allow the salt water to turn sweet.
I have been perfectionist all my life, but I don't see that that makes me happy, actually exhausts me. Can you help me, please?
Because you were never perfect. Because you were perfect from your head. Trying to be perfect. You're taught to be perfect. Do it well. Do it perfectly. Be the best. And you already were perfect. You are perfect. Exactly as you are. You are love and evolution. You know, and people will not hear this. How can you not be perfect? You're God. You're perfect. Everything about you is perfect. Oh, but the human has a different perspective. An unattainable perspective. It's impossible to be perfect. Only God's perfect. You're God. You're perfect. You have to remember that you wasted your whole life looking for what you already are. Wasn't it fun? Did we have lots of suffering? Lots of drama? Lots of heartbreak? Lots of disillusionment? Lots of fun? Lots of parties? Lots of sex? Lots of everything, no? We did everything. Now remember, it's time to wake up and just enjoy. Just enjoy your lives. Huh?
Does the true couple life exist?
You know, the irony of that is this. When you get to the absolute point where the mirror's perfect, you realize there's no partner. That's the irony. Because you are that. There's only that. But yes, you can have a very loving relationship based in growth. You can share lots of wonderful things. I'm not going to be cynical. Lots of people have wonderful relationships. But we have to remember, ultimately, it's our responsibility to evolve. And ultimately, we are by ourselves because we are that. But you use the relationship to support each other, to grow together, to evolve, to empower, to share, to be the best we can be. And it's one of the most beautiful aspects of the human experience, no? That intimacy. And you can't find God until you've found extreme love. Because to find God takes an extreme energy. So if you can love 100%, even if your heart gets broken, or the boyfriend's gay, it doesn't matter, or he's married with another family. There's all the stories, I've heard them all. If you can do that, if you can give 100%, and that intensity, with that intensity, you can find God. You can find unity. But it's a big part of growing. It's a big part of expansion.
My family always criticizes my daughter, and I get absolutely hooked in that. What can I do?
Let go. Stop defending. Allow her to be. You don't need to defend. You don't need to get hooked. You don't need to take it personally. You just love her unconditionally and love them unconditionally. You know, humans love to pull other people down. Why? Because they feel so bad. People don't do things personally to you. They just project all their angst, all their disillusionment, all their self-judgments. They love to pull other people down because they're already down there. And when they pull you down, they're not... You heard that saying? Misery loves company. And it's true. Let's be miserable together. So you have to be bigger than that. You just need to have compassion and just be there. But love never needs a defense. And you have to remember that. You know, I remember when all that crap happened with us in South America, and it all was generated by two very abused girls. Like horribly abused girls. And I never went in television. I never defended it. I just let it go. And it caused a big problem for us. But I just let it go. Because I knew where it came from. And I knew I didn't need to defend. And I knew that everything would come through. And you have to have that trust in a higher focus. Not to be caught in that drama. In your personal lives, in your work life, there's always this competition. There's always this negativity. But you have to stop taking everything personally. And be in your own integrity. And focus on what you want. You know, it's not that all the negativity just disappears. The bigger you get, the stronger the shadow.
I would like to feel more vulnerable in front of my parents. But my father makes me feel very, very little and always makes fun of me. What can I do? Should I change or he has to change?
You know, you need to be transparent with him. But for him, not for you. For you. And it doesn't matter how he reacts or how he responds. It's you speaking your truth, but without attachment. Just do it for you. Move your energy. Tell him how you feel. Be vulnerable. You know, he always makes fun of you because he's uncomfortable. He doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't want to see you like that, being vulnerable. It makes him afraid. He feels insecure. On some level, he wants to save you. But do it for you. You know, parents don't always know how to respond because they have all their own rubbish. And unfortunately, a lot of them think you're an extension of them. Be a man like me. And you want to pick flowers. You know, it's your choice. But it makes them scared. It makes them scared, things they don't understand. And they think they failed, that they weren't good enough. So it's all this big red of confusion, a big matrix of confusion. But be sure the love is there. The love is there. But do it for you. And don't expect any result. But be open to a surprise.
I could love to be more anchored, but I feel I disperse, my head goes 1,000 miles an hour, get anxious, blah, blah. I get contracted, expanded. How can I stabilize?
Isn't anxiety a great thing, huh? Oh, I'm anxious. Are you anxious? No, you're feeding it. Because anxiety comes from the head. Oh, yeah, I'm really nervous about this situation. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, I've got to go and get the plane. I've got to pack my suitcase. Oh, God, I hope someone will come and pick me up at the airport. Oh, where is it coming from? Does it come from consciousness? No, it comes from here. And you like it. You like to worry. I recognize myself when I'm like this. Okay, so stop. Get in the moment and ask yourself, what's happening in this moment? Oh, there's my consciousness. Oof. What's happening? Nothing. Can I pack my suitcase? Sure, I've done it 1,000 times. Can I get a cab? Yeah, sure. I've got my telephone. Can I organise someone to pick me up? Yeah, I'll organise it. And if I can't, I'll ask someone. But I'm here now, anchored in consciousness, enjoying the moment. That's the voice of consciousness. It's deep. Are you anxious? No. You understand? It's very much an addiction. I'm anxious. Don't you hate it when you're talking to people and they're doing this? Or their legs are going like this? Oh, it's like... And lots of people do it. Really? It's because they're in their heads. They're in their heads. Catch it. Catchalo. Gracias.
Come visit our webpage for books, movies, and our wonderful retreat centers. Isha's simple yet powerful system is transforming lives around the world.